People often ask me if I'm trippin', and I say, why, yes, I am trippin'. Day trippin', this time into the Boundary Waters Canoe Area, via entry point 38, Sawbill Lake. So won't you join me as we travel up the North Shore to the beauty that we call northern Minnesota? First stop, confession. You always got to start the trip off with confession. Clean your soul. You got to clean your soul.
Go in peace, your sins are forgiven.
Need to make a pit stop for some non-alcoholic brew. Isn't it a sight to behold when you get to Duluth? You come over that last hill on 35 North, and all of a sudden you're staring at the grandeur, the beauty of Lake Superior. You look down the hill and you see the beautiful aerial lift bridge. You look out into the water and you see beautiful freighters hauling iron ore, coal, limestone. Did you know that Lake Superior is the largest of all the Great Lakes, and that all the other Great Lakes combined could fit inside of Lake Superior with room to spare? We're getting close, 6 miles away, and this area recently had some wildfires, so you can see some of the damage here. All right, so I just got here on Thursday, June 25th. Going to be staying here for 2 nights. The campsite 2 at Sawbill Lake Campground. You can see the water back there. That's Sawbill Lake, and that's right where I'm going to put in the paddleboard. It's just, you know, a couple hundred feet from here is where I will put in. But first, I got to make a little repair on the paddleboard. So I'm not sure if you can see, but there's this little area where the foam is starting to detach from the plastic. So I'm just going to make a quick little fix here. See if I can just get it to, there we go, get it right down in there. And I just realized too that I didn't eat any lunch yet. It's about almost 2 o'clock right now. So we're gonna have some cheese, some beef sticks, and trail mix. We're gonna keep it simple for lunch. Here we are, we made it. Entry point number 38, Sawbill Lake. Boom.
I found my first portage going from, or as my friend Mary Beth would say, portage, going from Sawbill Lake to Lake Alton. Okay, there was a big group that just came through, so I had to sit here and wait for a bit. But here is my first portage. That was short. This portage is cool because I can literally see both lakes from the middle of the portage. All right, so there's one lake. That's Sawbill Lake, and then here's Alton Lake. Pretty cool. Can you hear that? Me neither. It's completely quiet. So there's nobody else out on this lake right now, and I discovered this island, and I want to try to get to it. I want to see if I can get up there. Well, I made it to my own private island. But I see dark clouds, which I don't like. So I think I'm gonna head back for the day. Well, it turns out I'm I got to my portage and I'm kind of stuck. It's starting to rain and it's got super windy. There's a family out there trying to get back over here right now, it looks like. Well, that lady and her two kids, they're going for it, so I'm gonna go for it too. They just went through the portage and they're going for it. It's starting to rain, but I don't see any lightning. Let's do it. I'll let you know if it's a good idea or not. Here goes nothing. I made it back and it died down. I made it. Yay. Now we're back to peaceful and serene. Made it back from the rainstorm. Everything got a little wet, so drying it out. Started a fire. And it's time to mellow me. I'm going to use this to cook up those. And that's dinner tonight. We're going to keep it simple, stupid. But Jerry, you're by yourself. Why are you cooking 3 dogs? Because I'm going to eat 3 dogs. Because I deserve it. I deserve 3 dogs today. Dinner is served. I'll show you my camp setup here. My sleep setup, I should say. Got the mattress. And all my wet clothes are hanging out to dry. It's pretty comfy, actually. So my standard breakfast every day is 2 eggs and a piece of cheese. So we're going to try to replicate that here out in the bush with some powdered eggs and string cheese. We'll see how that works. I'm going to add a little water. And then we're going to add our egg powder. And I made the equivalent of 2 eggs and a piece of cheese here. Well, I'll be. Oh my goodness. It's working. It's working. I think it's done. Look at that. Cheesy eggs in a bag. Oh my goodness. This is crazy. Oh, look at that ooey gooey. That's so good. Dude, I'm not even lying. This is good. It's almost 9 in the morning, and I usually don't drink almond milk this early. You know, I like to try to wait till later in the day, but you know what? It's a special day, so I'm gonna treat myself. And not only am I treating myself to some almond milk, we're having some Swiss Miss with it. This ought to get me going. Give me a little boost, a little pep in my step. Oh, look at that. You hear the loony out there? Wow, that's pretty good. So the goal today is to do this big loop. I'm down here right now on Sawbill Lake. I'm going to paddle up north to this first portage that'll take me over to Alton Lake, where I was yesterday. And then I'm going to cruise up north here to this next portage, which will take me to Kelso Lake. And then go north on Kelso Lake till we get to the Kelso River, which will take us south, and then east
one more portage, and then back into Sawbill Lake, and then back south, back to camp. And that should be about 6 to 8 miles, I believe. So it's going to take me several hours, probably 4, 5, 6 hours if I take some breaks, eat some lunch. So let's go to the office and check the weather. So I just checked the weather, and it looks like today's going to be a great day. High of 75. A little windy, but it's going to be clear and no rain, no storms in the forecast. Let's do this. All right, here's everything that's coming with me on the day trip today. For food, we got some tuna packets, this trail mix that turns out to be really, really good, some celery for extra crunch, and a banana and apple. All right, I'm heading out for the day, and I'll do a time check just to keep track of how long it takes. So it's what, 8:48 a.m. right now. The lake is perfectly calm. Morning. Good morning. All right, just got to the first portage, and it's a 9:21. So just made this portage right here. I'm gonna head up north, past these 3 campsites, come around, and then I should hit this other portage that'll take me to Kelso Lake. I just scared a family of duck, or whatever they are. He's got like a weird head thing. Sorry guys. All right, 10:04 a.m. at the second portage here. I think this is a short one. All right, now I'm at the other side. This one is super rocky. I'm glad I'm not in a canoe. It might be difficult, but I'm gonna have a little snack. I have to close this up, secure everything, and make it waterproof. See you at the next portage. All right, so I just made this portage here into Lake Kelso. I'm going to travel up here till I get to the northernmost point of this little area, this little piece of land, and then I'm going to turn around and go down the river. Wish me luck. I found on, what lake am I on? I found on Kelso Lake this campsite that looks amazing. It does not look occupied. I might go check it out. This campsite is the place to be. Look at this. It's like it's perched right on this rock over here. With a little cliff. Super awesome. I need to go to the bathroom, so it's a good thing that I found this place. Now I gotta find the potty. There's multiple trails. All right, let's go scope it out. My wife says every lake looks the same up here, but I don't see it that way. I see every lake as unique
with its own fingerprints. Now I'm traveling down the river and it feels very Lord of the Rings-ish. I'm in the swampland. All right, made it to the last portage. And it is, what time is it? 11:21. 11:21. All right, last leg of the trip. This portage isn't too bad, 14 rods. It's a pretty short one. All right, so just did from this portage all the way up here, down here, and I'm right at this portage right now. 14 rods, I just did that. And it takes us back out to Sawbill Lake. We're gonna go southeast here for a bit and then go due south, and that'll get us back to the campground. As I'm at the edge of this portage here looking into Sawbill Lake, I see that there's an island right here. But then right here, that looks like that's a campsite to me. Don't focus on my hand. So it's straight out there. I'm gonna go there and see if it doesn't look occupied. So I think that's where lunch is gonna be. See you there in a few minutes. Well, that place was a ripoff. There's people there. I'm gonna have to find somewhere else. All right, I found a spot for lunch. Found an open campsite. Might see if I can get a little fire going too. All right, I'm gonna try this shell with honey. I was gonna do 2 packets, but I think looks like one might be enough of each. 1 packet of peanut butter and 1 packet of honey. Let's see how much honey is in these. Oh my goodness, that looks amazing. Wow, I think 1 will be plenty. And I can't get it all out. Oh well. All right, let's give that a go. Mix this all around. Yep. I don't often have honey, but I'm gonna have to start having honey because that's really good, especially with peanut butter. Whew. It's a little chilly. It's not so bad. Well, I made it back and I finished at, what is it, 1:38 p.m. So I don't even remember what time I left. It was 8 something, wasn't it? Almost 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 4.5 hours or so. I think that's what it was. Long day. I'm pooped. I think it's time for a siesta. So this is a like a hearty soup that I came up with. Main ingredient in it is tofu that I fried at home. Oh, that's gonna be good. And then I have some chicken bouillon, some broth that I'm gonna cook it in, and then also some radishes, some carrots, and some celery. But I want the carrots to soften, so I'm gonna add the carrots first. And also the radishes too. But I don't know if I'm gonna do all the radishes. And then the celery. I think it's all done. I'm just gonna turn it off and let it sit for a bit. Just been sitting around, just relaxing. It's such a beautiful day. It's so peaceful and quiet. I think I'm gonna head down to the main dock where people start their journeys and watch people come and go for a bit. The sun's gonna be setting in a couple hours here, but it's already starting to move down on the horizon.
Wait, if I untie it, we could bring it out.
Hey, Benjamin!
We're gonna fish this time.
No, it's not.
Ben, you gonna jump in so I can throw you at least once?
I'm gonna go back. There's not water. No, I mean like, let's see if it's back and shoot. Yo, that thing went right above us. Wait, I thought that dragon.
Well, unfortunately, the sun has set behind me. My trip is coming to an end. Thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. Bye now.